all that we can to bring our children up in the truth and to build them up spiritually. However, even though parents sometimes spend tireless efforts, some children may not respond in a positive way at first. However, we never, ever give up on our children, do we? In line with this, we'd like to now speak with Robert and Brenda Sutton. They too serve as Bethelites at the Warwick facility. And prior to coming to New York, Brother and Sister Sutton raised 3 children. Brother and Sister Sutton, tell us a little bit about your spiritual routine as you raised your 3 children.
Well, we attended the meetings regularly. The children knew that Saturday mornings were for field service, and every week we had a family worship.
And we also, at one point, changed our family worship night to Friday night, and it coupled with that a family fun night, and where we spent quality time with just us as a family.
So it sounds like you two set a great example in training your children spiritually. However, at a certain point, you mentioned something changed with one of your children. Could you share that with us?
Well, at one point, one of our children took a job and was exposed to questionable association with coworkers, and sadly, this led to a disfellowshipping.
Tell us, how did you handle that bitter disappointment?
Well, it was one of the hardest things that I ever had to face. I had many sleepless nights praying to Jehovah, but I came to realize that we needed to trust in what Proverbs 22 and verse 6 says. Train a boy in the way he should go. Even when he grows old, he will not depart from it.
We began to question ourselves as parents. I mean, where did we go wrong? Were we too strict? Were we too lenient? Just what did we do that was wrong? But one thing we did for sure, and that's in addition to multiple times with praying to Jehovah, we made sure that we cling to our spiritual routine.
So we understand that your child is doing well spiritually, and I'm very happy about that. What was it that moved your child to return to Jehovah?
Well, it was the missed association with the family, and here's why. I had always told our kids, I told our kids that I would die for you, I love you, would die for you, but if you ever leave Jehovah, I wouldn't be there. And they knew that we wouldn't waver on this. But sad to say, and as hard as it was, we had to cut off all association.
So one final thought, if you could. There may be others in our audience who are undergoing a similar experience. Could you share something specific that helped the both of you to endure this difficult situation?
Well, for me, I was encouraged to continue to pioneer, and even though I knew I would just be a body in the car, my friends encouraged me to come out anyway. Where they listened to me, they laughed with me, and they cried with me, and that's just what I needed.
And for me, I always knew that Jehovah expected me, as the head of the family, to take the lead, to step up and take the lead when it came to the discipline and mental regulating of Jehovah. But when I realized that this time the discipline was coming from Jehovah himself, I had to not step up, but I had to step back and loyally follow Jehovah in the way that he was running this discipline. And this is what helped me to understand my role in the situation.
Well, we want to thank you both very much for your excellent example and sharing that personal experience.